Serbia ignores EU sanctions, secures gas deal with Russia's Putin.
Here's a summary of the article.
As the war in Ukraine rages, Serbia's president announced that he has secured an extremely favorable natural gas deal with Russia during a telephone conversation Sunday with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Serbian President Aleksandar Vučić has refused to explicitly condemn Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and Serbia has not joined Western sanctions against Moscow. Serbia is almost entirely dependent on Russian gas, and its main energy companies are under Russian majority ownership. The deal is likely to be signed during a visit by Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov to Belgrade early in June, a rare visit by a ranking Russian official to a European country since the Russian invasion of Ukraine began February 24. It is not clear how Serbia would receive the Russian gas if the EU decides to shut off the Russian supply that goes over its member countries. Russia has already cut off gas exports to EU members Finland, Poland and Bulgaria. Despite reports of the atrocities in Ukraine due to the invasion, Vučić and other Serbian leaders have been complaining of Western pressure to join sanctions against Russia. Serbian officials say the Balkan country must resist such pressure, even if it means abandoning the goal of joining the EU. Under Vučić's 10-year autocratic rule and relentless pro-Kremlin propaganda, Serbia has been gradually sliding toward Russia.
This post received a score of 14,000, with an upvote ratio of 86%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Serbia isn't part of the EU.
There are no gas sanctions towards Russia too.
Serbia is not bound by EU sanctions. They are not part of the EU, and at this rate, they will remain like that for the next few decades.
Does Serbia want to be in the EU?
Serbia officially applied for European Union membership on the 22nd of December 2009. Accession negotiations are currently ongoing.
Well, this probably won't help their case then. What exactly are the pros and cons for them if they join the EU?
More development funds, more overall development, better standards of living and freedom of movement throughout the EU.
Any cons to EU membership? I'm American, so don't judge me for my lack of EU knowledge.
A lot of common legislation on trade, standards of quality. Basically, things that ensure safety and freedom of movement of goods, services and people. EU is one customs area. If you view it as pros or cons depend on your political leanings.
The only con I see of being in EU is that lots of things are influenced by them, but then again, you get EU's backing on most of the projects. It's basically like a parent. If you're 16 and unemployed, it helps you a lot, but if you're 30 and with kids, then they become your responsibility.
This summary misses an extremely important sentence. That is what the headline refers to by Serbia ignores EU sanctions. All gas pipelines to Serbia go through the EU. This sentence is in the summary? Or did the bot automatically add it after you mentioned the missing line?
There are no gas sanctions.
Lol. Exactly. Honest question, why is Serbia getting into a deal with Russia for gas imports a big deal when several major EU countries continue to import gas from Russia under the new Russian payment terms? For the record, I think that we should cut off all imports from Russia and would support my government doing so. I just don't like the hypocrisy.
People like to romanticize that everyone should have the same high moral values at any expense, and good will come of it. In reality, you need to take care of your own people first, and Serbia especially couldn't give two shits about Ukraine. In fact, most countries don't really give a shit, they just have an obligation because they took aid from other big countries or a vested interest in doing some harm to Russia. I hope it isn't this way, but that's what it looks like to me.
As a non-European, it seems to me the biggest cheerleaders of Ukraine or the war have been the US, UK and Canada. I'm Canadian. I did not know there were so many Ukrainian flags around. There is a decent population of Ukrainians and Russians, but as soon as the fist bullet flew, flags everywhere.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.